So yeah, we're not to the playoffs quite yet, y'all. But to a certain extent, we might as well be. Or at least at the point of the season where the games have pretty significant implications. Here's a list of just a few that are showdowns for district championships. So Pflugerville Weiss at Midway, Madisonville at Connally and Whitney at Grandview. How would you guys rank these games this way? Most likely for our local team to win and least likely. So who wants to start?
I think
go ahead and jump in there, DJ.
Yeah, I think Connally's probably got a good chance of beating Madisonville. They did last year on the road. I mean, obviously, both teams are different than they were last year, but I still think it'll be pretty close. And if Connally's got a chance to beat them, it's gonna be at home this week. Then I mean, Whitney, Grandview are like right there as well. I mean, just the way that West almost beat Grandview. If they hadn't, had their own little mistakes, and really the biggest one had to be that face mask at the end of the first quarter that, forced them to kick a field goal that was blocked. But Whitney's just been on a roller train. So yeah, I think they've got a pretty good chance of coming out with the district championship and staying undefeated. Now, I haven't seen Weiss. Obviously, I've heard a lot about them, and Midway's definitely improved over the last month. I don't really know. I don't have the information to really tell you, Midway's gonna come up with a share of the title and they're gonna be Weiss. And
to me that one feels most like the third,
a long shot.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be just on paper. If we're going on paper, and even as one who has seen Midway a lot and knows how they've been trending up, I mean, it's going to be tough to beat Weiss. Chad, how would you rank them?
Well, I'm wearing a Wildcat. We're wearing a light blue Wildcats hat this morning.
Okay,
right? That would be the Villanova Wildcats. That I picked up this hat when I was visiting my cousin in Philadelphia this summer. By the way, that's a non sequitur, I suppose. But anyway, just explaining my Wildcats hat. But the Whitney Wildcats are the ones that I had the most confidence in.
I agree.
As you two expressed. I think I'm looking at schedule results, and I'm looking for a reason that tips me towards Connally on this. But when I made the picks, I was kind of the same way. I feel like Connally has the players to like swing a game like this, like to buck what the trends have been like, and just come in there and put one on Madisonville. But on the other hand, if you look at the way the season is trending, you have to say that Madisonville is a significant favorite in this one. I don't
know if significant's the right word, but a favorite for sure. But I went with Connally, and I
know you picked Connally, and you were telling me the underdogs that you picked this week, and I felt like two of them were legit toss-ups, and I feel like Connally is like I expressed to you yesterday, a genuine underdog in this game.
Yeah, as DJ said, they are playing at home. That's something. They always say being the home team's good for 3 points. Well, okay. Here's why I picked Connally. So a couple, maybe last week they were coming off their bye week. And in talking with Terry Garrick before that game, I was like, what'd you do on your bye week? And like a lot of teams, they took it back to basics, right? And he said, yeah, we went back to July 31st, I mean, and I feel like that for Connally was probably a good thing, Connally doesn't need to coast on its talent. They need to focus on its technique and and really just do the little things right, because if you do all that, then the talent is gonna, is really gonna shine.
Right.
So that's why I liked Connally. But I'm with you on Whitney. I just think they're rolling. Obviously DJ, you saw Grandview last week, but like you said, West almost beats them. I think Whitney's playing, a lot better
Whitney's
than West.
entire body of work this season looks good. Let's not get too enamored with the way they've rolled over these Dallas charter schools, because just about everybody rolls over those Dallas charter schools.
Fair enough. I mean, they're not going to score. They're not going to score 85 on Grant.
And in terms of, I didn't mention the Midway game, but let me just say I was having coffee this morning and ran into a Midway parent, and this particular Midway parent did not express a lot of confidence in the teams Midway has beaten the last 3 weeks.
No, that is absolutely fair. Okay. They've beaten Cove, Temple, and Bryan. Bryan has some playmakers. Its quarterback was pretty shaky the other night. But here's what I will say in favor of Midway. The vibe right now is really good on that team. Like they're just, they're feeling it. And, they get 2 defensive touchdowns late in that game, 3 altogether. They're making plays on both sides of the ball. If they can get some points early and, put a little pressure on Weiss, they've got talent. They can make it a game. But this is clearly, going to be the toughest test of the stretch that they've had here. And I picked Weiss. So we'll see.